everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Lorelei and my channel is about metaphysical, spirituality, wellness and mythology. And today I'm going to talk about the origin of the mermaids. This is the perfect video for me, as being named Lorelei, I'm actually named after a mermaid. The legend of the Lorelei mermaid begins with a story about a beautiful maiden who sat on a rock in the River Rhine awaiting for her lover to return. When he did not, she was absolutely devastated by his unfaithfulness and threw herself into the river. Here she spent the next centuries seeking revenge, sitting upon the rock, singing, combing her hair, luring sailors and fishermen in with her beauty and her song, until they crashed their ships upon the rock that she sat upon. The story came about in 1801 and is written by Clemens Bentano. It is based upon a rock that is actually on the River Rhine and has caused many shipwrecks. This rock is in a dangerous and precarious location, and the way that it sits there, it actually has an echo, which sounds almost like the rock is singing. Having German heritage, a German husband, and an Ulpa who worked as a fisherman here in Germany, where I now live, I find my name quite fitting. And of course, I'm from Australia, which has some of the most beautiful oceans in the world. As for the origins of the mermaids, they can be found in many different countries and cultures. Although there is often themes of mermaids as being dangerous creatures, or being an omen for storms, disaster, shipwrecks, and unruly seas, in many beliefs around mermaids, it is actually the opposite. And they are powerful creatures who have the power to control the weather and the oceans and the tide, and can protect sailors and fishermen from storms and shipwrecks, bringing good luck and becoming symbols of safety and protection. In Brazilian culture, the mermaid is similar to the Lorelei and is called Lara, or Lady of the Water. She's associated with the dangers of the Amazon River and lures sailors into the siren's waters, drowning them. In some Nordic mythology, mermaids are seen as dangerous and luring sailors into their deaths, while in other Nordic mythology they had the power to control the ocean and the ability to protect sailors from danger, often being a kind creature who would even help fishermen with their catch and protect them from drowning. In Celtic mythology, mermaids were also a trusted creature who would help fishermen with their catch and bring them luck, protection and healing. Middle Eastern mythology sees mermaids as unique and charming, who controlled the sea and protected people from harm. Ireland has Selkie mermaids, who are half seal and half human, and transform between the two depending on if they are on land or in the sea. In Chinese mythology, they are often dragon-like creatures with the lower body of a dragon or fish, webbed hands, and are often holding a pearl, symbolizing abundance, fertility, and good fortune, with the ability to control water. East Asian merfolk are beautiful women with fish tails, bringing good luck to fishermen and controlling the tides, being a symbol of good fortune and prosperity, although sometimes being vicious and bringing misfortune to those who have harmed or caught them. Caribbean mythology symbolizes mermaids with fertility, motherhood, and the divine feminine, allied with the mysteries and the power of the sea, bringing extra luck to fishermen, good fortune, and granting wishes. In Korean mythology, the word for mermaid translates to sea women, young women with fish tails, strong, independent creatures representing the power of women and the power of the sea. Scotland has the mermaid tail. Get it? Mermaid tail? Mermaid tail of a beautiful woman who is half salmon and is known as Maid of the Waves or Maid of the Sea, with the ability to grant wishes, protect humans in storms, or lead them to the best fishing spots. In African mythology, mermaids are called Mami Wata, translating to Mother of Water, guardians of the sea, bringing good fortune, fertility, wealth, rain and good harvests. Mama Wata can heal the sick and although can be portrayed as a mermaid, can take other forms, making African mermaids more water spirits or water sprites, because they are more spiritual and non-physical. Native American mythology believes mermaids to be carrying the spirits of drowned women, another water spirit creature associated with water and a symbol of life, renewal, and transformation. And Syrian mythology had the story of Atargatis, who was a goddess. She fell in love with a mortal man who she accidentally killed. Then she threw herself into a lake, turning into a fish, for the shame of what she had done. Greek and Roman mythology has the most major influence on mermaid history. A brief overview of Greek and Roman history shows us that Rome took most of its aspects of culture from Greek culture, even adopting the same gods and goddesses and simply changing their names, having similar or even copied art, and instead using Roman marble instead of Greek bronze. Under this similar mythology, the Greeks had Poseidon and the Romans had Neptune, essentially the same god of the sea and waters. Poseidon married the sea nymph Amphitrite, and together they had a son named Triton. Triton is usually seen as a merman, with the top half of a human and the bottom half of a fish, living in a golden palace under the ocean, depicted often in art, holding or blowing his conch shell, which he used to rise up or calm the seas. European mythology also has the story of a mermaid called Undine, who marries a human and then becomes human herself. Another familiar logo that is used today depicts a mermaid with two tails. This is taken from the story of Melusine, a European story of a water spirit who is also sometimes depicted with wings. Aboriginal culture has the story of Yorks who have seaweed for hair, and this brings about the story of where seaweed comes from when it floats to the top of the water. The story, beginning in Western Arnhem Land, Northern Territory, tells of shape-shifting creatures with a human female body and lower half of a fish, sometimes turning into a crocodile, dragonfly, snake, or swordfish, possessing the power and ability to manipulate weather, bringing nourishing rain or damaging storms, depending on whether you made the York angry or not. Mermaids are often known as sirens, although sirens were actually originally women who had half the body of a bird and who would sing their song, luring sailors into danger. Eventually they changed to beautiful mermaids who had half the body of a fish. This changeover happened around the time of the medieval period. This coincides with religious beliefs which were strong around that time, believing a sexual woman to be a dangerous woman and a woman of sin. Mermaids often symbolize water, life, and rebirth, as water is needed to grow all life. Christianity too joins water with life and birth and uses water in its baptism ceremonies. Magical mermaid female figures have been found in cave paintings from the Stone Age 30,000 years ago. This is around the time when humans are presumed to have begun sailing the seas. This means that the belief of mermaids has probably been around since the beginning of humanity. Christopher Columbus notes in his journal the first written reports of seeing mermaids in 1493. Here he notes that he sights 3 mermaids and adds, although they are not half as beautiful as they are painted. In the 1700s, Blackbeard the pirate notes in his journal of seeing merfolk and even instructed his crew to avoid the area that they were in. Mermaids, mermen, and merfolk. They are known to be natural beings with magical and prophetic powers, and their home is most often the sea. Their magical abilities are known to be hydrokinesis, the ability to control and manipulate water, and they are also noted to have the ability to control and manipulate weather. They are strong natural swimmers who are resistant to the cold. They love music and are known to induce trance with their song. Mermaids mate for life and are known to marry human men. Although they are interested in humans, they generally do prefer to stay away from them. Symbolizing life and fertility in the ocean, they are often also symbolizing oceanic conservation and eco-marine consciousness. Mermaids have been a part of our history and culture for thousands of years and still remain a popular part of it today. And I'm happy about that because I'm a mermaid. That's all from me for now. What are some of your favourite things about mermaids? Be sure to tell me in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you love mermaids. I look forward to talking to you next time. Thanks for watching. Be sure to make a splash out there. Bye!